I got my handy dandy gaming comp next to me. I've got my phone to read any comments that come in. What are we talking about today? Well, what we're going to start with anyway is what was mentioned on my last episode. By the way, thank you so much if you came in and you watched the last video, especially where it ran almost 3 hours long. People did want me to go the 180-minute thing. My voice was going. Anyway, Criterion. Hey, Cinema Dave, welcome, dude. Criterion 1000, there's been a leak. I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but the leak is that, and it came from Target, I think. Hey, Corey. Is that they're going to be doing a Godzilla box set. And this could be the number 1000th Criterion that is coming out. So there was a lot of speculation. Some people thought it might be Citizen Kane. Other people were hoping it was going to be Ken Russell's The Devils. Thanks, Dave. But I think overall, you know, a lot of people, like myself included, thought, you know, it's going to be Kurosawa or it's going to be Godzilla. It's going to be something big. 1000 has to be something big. And let's be honest, what's bigger than Godzilla? What's bigger than the greatest kaiju monster that ever was? And look, he literally created this whole genre. Anyway, so it's going to be doing the Showa era. If everything's correct, if the leak's correct, so that is going to be from 1954 to 1975. I got my computer here so I can actually look that up today. And first off, before I go any further, before I start, is anybody here, like, I know I mentioned it to my better half. We looked at each other and we said, yes, this is something we're going to be getting. You know, this is definitely what we're going to be getting. Well, it makes sense it's got to be Criterion. Didn't he just, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't one of the big things with the Criterion channel, like before it started, they bought all the rights. Hey, Stack Monkey, welcome. They bought the rights to all those Godzilla movies. There's like they bought the rights to over 14 Godzilla movies. I want to look through and see the, here we go, and see exactly what is in the Showa era. If I'm correct, I haven't got to check yet, but the Showa era, that's the first era. There's a lot of like kind of comical stuff in it. Like it does a lot of more it does some of the kid friendly, like Godzilla stuff that you'd remember if you grew up like watching this stuff like me. And it's the one thing I can say is that for some odd reason, and I've noticed this among like a lot of movie YouTubers, a lot of us grew up watching Godzilla. Like, just go to anybody that like does like makes fun of films or talks about films, and on their channel there's some Godzilla, and if they're really deep divers, they're really good, then they'll talk about some Gamera as well, which is something one of these days I'll talk about on here when my kids are around, because my kids are huge Gamera fans. So, all right, so it is 1954 to 1975. That is correct. Oh, nice! Congratulations. Hopefully it's for something good. You didn't do anything bad, did you? Mothra. Would Mothra be in it? I mean, like, because Mothra is like it's part, like that's kind of the spin-off one. But let's see. So what's considered with this Showa Empire, basically? And those were, we got Godzilla in 1954. This is the Criterion edition of Godzilla. We all got this. I got to upgrade this. No, I don't need to upgrade this. I was going to say, kind of silly, that I got to upgrade this to Blu-ray. Then I realized, if this is going to be in the set. There is one with Godzilla and Mothra. Yeah, there definitely is. I'm not sure if it's called Godzilla and Mothra. It's been a long time. Let me check for you. So we got Godzilla. Godzilla raids again. Mothra versus Godzilla. There you go. See, you're right. They just reversed the name on you. Destroy All Monsters, which was a favorite of mine. It's got a lot of creatures in it. Terror of Mechagodzilla. There is Son of Godzilla. All Monsters Attack. Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. I think Mechagodzilla got his own film here as well. So there should be like around I think around 14 films in the in the Showa era of Godzilla. Okay, let's just see right here. See how many we got. So, wait, one more. Wait. So there's Godzilla, Godzilla Raids Again. I'm not sure if it'll be in there. Yeah, Mothra's a good guy. Mothra's kind of always been a good guy. There's somebody mentioned there was, as always when it comes to something like this, there's always a company that accidentally leaks it in their in stuff that's coming. And this one here came from a Target leak. So somebody saw the Godzilla Showa era. Few people actually, I think, listed in. I'm not sure if it was on Target's website or in like one of their call sheets or something like that. And right now, people are thinking, this is a solid leak, and it makes sense. Criterion has already kind of like hinted at that 1,000. Hey, Mug, would be something big. So, when you take it like that, it's going to be something big. It takes details on Criterion fan book. I'm not know if I'm on that page. I got to check. So again, oh wow, okay. So there's more here. So there's Godzilla, Godzilla Raids Again, King Kong versus Godzilla, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, Invasion of Astro Monster, Ibera, Horror of the Deep. Are these all Godzilla? Son of Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters, All Monsters Attack, Godzilla versus Hedorah, Godzilla versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Megalon, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, and Terror of Mechagodzilla. That's what's listed here on one of the the Goju fan pages for Godzilla, talking about the Showa era. And basically what it means is the Showa period is a term used to identify the years between 1926 and 1989 under the reign of Japanese Empire Hirohito. So it'll be interesting to see how, I know, it's a given for me. I'm going to be buying this one. Oh, wow. Cool. Congratulations. And have lots of vitamins, because you do. You need quintuplets. Is awesome. I think I'd be tired with twins, so you, dude, rock on, man. But it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome one. Everybody send the congratulations. I do wonder if they'll get. I haven't checked on the Criterion channel recently. Is King Kong versus Godzilla on the Criterion list of Godzilla films that they got? Does anybody know? Let me just see. I do have the Criterion channel here because I watch it on my computer. Okay, let's do a search. So let's search and see what I find when I use the term Godzilla on Criterion streaming service. All right, so here we go. So what I can see, there's 11 in the 149. Actually, it could be about right. 149 American, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think this is going to be an overtly, well, I don't think it's going to be as huge as the one, as the Bergman set. I think we're going to see something like a Zadiichi style type thing. Exactly. Far from it, dude. So on the Criterion channel here, I see Godzilla versus Megalon, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, Terror of Mechagodzilla, Invasion of Astro Monsters. I don't remember that one. I gotta rewatch that one. Godzilla King of the Monsters, Godzilla, Son of Godzilla, All Monsters Attack, Mothra versus Godzilla, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, and Godzilla Raids Again. So we know that they have those for sure. So all of those should be within the set itself. So it'll be interesting to see how they go, if there's any more that they got that aren't on the channel, if they have the whole Showa era on there. King Kong Escape. Would you consider that to be one of them, though? I mean, I know it's kind of That's more of like the, what do you call it, a Golden Globus, like kind of King Kong one, as opposed to like the whole Kaiju monster thing. Obviously, this King Kong Escapes would not be on the Godzilla set, but there is a chance that King Kong versus Godzilla, yeah, could be on there. Hopefully, if it is on there, they'll have both endings, because King Kong versus Godzilla had two endings, and it was a fun little one. But it was done by another company. I mean, like, and it got pricey for a bit. Like for a while, it was a little bit hard to find. I don't think it's pricey now, but I think for a little while it was. But it's one that I'm super looking forward to. Anybody else who are looking forward to the Godzilla? Because I mean, you guys are so quiet. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll be completely honest. I came down here when I originally came down here and started to do this. I was going to do like a ranking video on on like Friday 13th, and I was going to do that. And I said, I'm not going to go to the slasher well yet, like quite yet. It said that the Criterion news is bigger news. This is something we can talk about and like really discuss. And you guys are so quiet for a group that collects this stuff. $149 looks to be the MSRP. Thank you, 4K. It's nice to know someone's excited about it. I knew you'd be excited about it. Like you were totally given on this one. I expect, are you going to do a video? Of course you can do a video when I do unbox it when it comes to that. See, 4K guys, if you don't know, and you should know 4K stuff, he is kind of the king of the kaiju stuff. He knows the most about this topic, more so than me, who definitely has to look online to figure out some of this stuff. But he's a diehard fan of this stuff. I think we're going to get the Kurosawa box set down the road. I think it's a given. But I think that for 1,000, they wanted to do something big, and I think they took that in a very literal sense. But I think we should have known. I mean, the news dropped last year that that they bought all the rights to all these Godzilla films. We saw them, like we saw some of the Godzilla films showing up on the Criterion channel. So it wasn't like they weren't around. And then the leak, they said made that comment that we'll be telling you what's coming out for Godzilla for Criterion, like label number 1,000 next week. It's big. That's to paraphrase what they said on Twitter. Tensei Popstar. And that's kind of like yeah, that's what they're saying. I mean, it was a Target leak. They say that the Showa era of Godzilla is what we're going to be getting. We think right now that that's going to be number 1,000. That's why Criterion were like kind of like waiting, and why they were saying this is going to be big. And it is. Godzilla is about as big-wise as it gets. If this is true, I can honestly, this is going to get people that don't normally buy Godzilla stuff, they don't normally buy Criterion stuff, to buy this. Definitely to buy this stuff, because there's a lot of Godzilla fans out there, especially the new films and all that stuff. But there's a lot more. I think there's even a lot more classic Godzilla fans out there. There's a lot of of that era. Like much like me, Tensei Pops right there, collects Japanese horror films. 4K collects kaiju stuff, knows his kaiju stuff. My dad is a huge Godzilla fan. I of course grew up watching this stuff. A lot of this came, I'd rent this a lot. I see it on Saturday afternoons. They'd show Godzilla films. It was part of the zeitgeist of like the whole of growing up in my era. Godzilla was all over the place. It had the cartoon show, and then in the 1990s they ruined it all and they made the Matthew Broderick Godzilla film, which wasn't very good in my opinion. Some people love it. I was not a big fan. Because see, that's the thing. One of the things that a lot of people that I know that collect VHS have are they'll like point out, they'll point out certain things. They'll point out their James Bond VHSs, and they'll point out their Godzilla like VHS. So you can have an extra one, or you can always, here's the thing: it's Criterion. You can keep it, have part of your collection, or if you realize, okay, they're having that as part of the box set, there's always the chance. Okay, I'm going to sell my thing, but I don't think you should because of this. Because you know what I'm going to do, don't you? You know what I'm going to do. I kind of hope. I know this is silly, and they're probably not going to do it, and it's maybe a little bit too gimmicky for Criterion. I don't know. I've already got the original edition of Terror Train, and like from Scream Factory when it originally came out, and I don't really see like me doubling up in it. Like I like the film, but so unless I got it for really cheap, or say I was on Terror sometime. So I'm kind of hoping this is going to sound silly, but I like to see them have the I don't know if you open it up, or you press a button, and you hear the Godzilla roar. That would be kind of cool. Is that my too childlike? Is that it? But you're going to keep the Godzilla that you got because it's got this. And this is cool. And so different. I mean, when you look at the Godzilla films, you're going to hate me. But here's the thing. I did a 3-hour video last night. And after that, you know what happened? I passed out. Then I got up today, and it was swelteringly hot, insanely hot. So I did chores around the house, and I was like, I'm exhausted. This is exhausting. I was sweating like a dog, and so my better half calls me, and but I'm blonde. Just put that out there. And she said, so I said, I'm like, God, it's so hot. I'm trying to get stuff done around the house. I'm trying to do all this stuff. I haven't had the chance to really stop, but I'm sweating like a pig, and I got to go have a shower. And she said, did you open the windows? And I was like, I definitely will. I promise you. And I was like, windows. Yeah, that would be a good idea. So no, I didn't. I didn't open the windows. I was an idiot. Which, with the way things go, it's, once a day, I got to have that little moment of like, duhness. Because that's me. Because that's who I am. But no, I'm excited about this. I definitely want to get this. I am going to grab this set 110%. This is the one that, I usually grab stuff for myself, and like my better half usually is as animation. But this is one where both of us, this would be a set that's for both of us. Kind of like the Jack Demi. Well, the Jack Demi set was more for her. Zadichi set was both for exactly. Was for, hey, and ready? Are you excited about the Godzilla set? If this is true, it's a big deal, right? Zadichi set was kind of for me, with her too. She likes that type of stuff. But the Godzilla set, this is truly something that'll be for both of us. I don't know if I can. I mean, for something like this, this is something I'm going to want under the Christmas tree. This is going to be kind of one of the big ones for under the tree, and it might make sense because I did talk to my better half about, hey, Team Money, welcome, dude. Oh, not a problem actually. From what I hear, the Showa era. It has not yet been completely confirmed by Criterion, but it hasn't been denounced by Criterion either. From everything is lining up for this to be the set. Now, the movies that Criterion have on their channel, I do owe you a question. On their channel, have on their channel right now when it comes to Godzilla, because I'll mention those first, and then I'm going to mention what the Showa era actually includes. So, for people that just came in, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Terror of Mechagodzilla, Invasion of Astro Monster, Godzilla King of the Monsters, of course, the classic, Son of Godzilla, All Monsters Attack, Mothra vs. Godzilla, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster, and Godzilla Raids Again. My deal with Twilight? In what way? I don't... Oh, you mean Twilight Time? You mean like the company? You mean it's like, do I like them? I do, but they're hard to get over here. they can be a little pricey for me. So I don't have an issue with Twilight. It's just I have an issue with the way that they distribute. I wish that that you could get them through easier routes. Now there are more than that though. I mean, like along with those, there is of course King Kong versus Godzilla. Now I don't know if that one is going to be in the set because of because of that. If that happens one day in October, November, I may actually get it through that if it comes out within that time frame, right? There is stuff like Ibera, Horror of the Deep, and there is of course Godzilla versus Hedorah, and Godzilla versus Gigan. So we'll see if those are going to be included in there as well. I think the least likely one to be included is probably King Kong versus Godzilla, just because there might be some race issues there. But let's just see how many are there right here. So there's 15 here altogether. It was rumored that the set would be like event would be like 14 movies. That's the rumor that I heard. So I'd say King Kong versus Godzilla is probably the one that's missed out, has gone out of it. Oh, I'm missing some stuff here. Oh, Paramount VHS Godzilla. That does not surprise me. Hey, Adrian. Oh, Twilight the movie. I just didn't like him. I mean, like my vampire era. Like you want to talk my favorite vampire films? I love the Hammer vampires, but I grew up in the '80s, and I love the John Badham Dracula film. I like Fright Night. I like Near Dark. Those are like and I like Dracula, Prince of Darkness, Horror Dracula, and the first 4 or 5 in the Dracula like Hammer series. So I was never really into like it's not like, it wasn't meant for my I don't think it's meant for my age range. Like do you have the rights to War of Gargantuans? But no, I never really got into Twilight. Good actors. Unfortunately, I don't think they had a lot to work with. But that's just me. That's like obviously there's a huge fan base for the series, and I do have one of them here that I got like a steelbook at a yard sale sometime, but I've never watched it. I do like Anna Kendrick. Hammer for the win, right on. We need more Hammer sets. So hopefully we'll get... Hey, Dennis, welcome, dude. We're talking about the Godzilla set. We're going to be talking about a lot of other stuff. I think I got it, actually. I don't know if I've seen it, but I do have it. But if this is true, and if War of the Gargantuans is included as well, that's pretty awesome. I want to see a big Godzilla set come out, especially right now. I'm a big fan of kaiju. I like a lot of the... Yes, don't go into that again, dude. They do. They have most of them on there right now, but they don't have all of them. And I think that's probably a choice. It did get me to read the comics again. I forgot that the one that did the Thor comic was the same guy that did the Conan comic. And that was Conan. I'm a huge Conan fan, by the way. There's another character that I love in my comic geek, and I grew up reading Conan. But yeah, it's insane. It's an insane amount of films. It'll be nice to see what they do. I mean, like what type of work they're going to put into this. Are we obviously there's the features from Godzilla. They can. Are we going to get commentaries for all these films? Are they going to pick select ones to do commentaries on? Or are we going to get features on the first one? Are they going to eclipse it and kind of just give us kind of Blu-ray and not a lot of features? I hope that they do some new features for these other films, because obviously those other films right now don't have any features with them. If if it is true that it's $149, this could be the case of a set that's going to have is going to be putting them out in Blu-ray, and they'll have a few new features, but they're not going to overboard with the feature aspect of it. We'll see. It's got to be, doesn't it? I mean, they got to have that option there. Oh, Gigan is a Showa era, so that would be on this. That would potentially be on the set. So that will be one that should be within this. Guy again is, let's see, I think it's in the 70, 72, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how they decide to package it. Are we going to get something along the lines of Zadichi, which is what I think is going to happen? Or are we going to get something kind of along the lines of the Bergman set, where they can do like a big, massive Godzilla on the set? You know Japanese. My oldest, she does, but I don't. I mean, like all my kids know languages, right? Like, hey Shadow, my oldest knows Japanese, my youngest knows Korean as a second language. Obviously, my spouse speaks various languages, and when we go to Morocco, she has already set up a French tutor for me over there. It's going to teach me French, because obviously that's the main language that's spoken over there. Godzilla talk, yeah. I mean, it looks awesome. I'm excited about this, Jared. I mean, I'm super excited to, and I hope it's true. Well, in Canada, depends where you go in Canada. You know, Japanese, Mexican, or Russian. See, for me, right now, like, I know English. I struggled with French. Hey, Danuch. And I struggled with German when I was in high school. We didn't do Latin. I did French and I did German. And I honestly, well, Montreal, you don't need to know French. I mean, be honest with you, like, it helps. Montreal also has some of the most beautiful women in all of Canada. In that area, they're gorgeous. To be totally honest with you, it's like walking through a film set. Very European style, and the food is delicious. So if you ever get a chance to go to Montreal, guys, go there. The food, go get the smoked meat sandwich. Trust me, Schwartz is amazing. Anyway, Godzilla. What's 4K? Since 4K, since you're the big guy when it comes to this, hey Logan, are you excited? Do you believe it? Do you believe this? That's what we're getting. That we're getting the Showa era Godzilla box set. It makes sense. I mean, it's the leak came from Target, Logan, and the leak is that the 1000 spine that we're getting. You know, the one that they said was big. That's literal, and what we'll be getting is the Godzilla Showa era, and that's from 1954 to 1975. So we're going to get like and hopefully around 14 to 15 Godzilla movies. The MSRBP that's been leaked is $149. So we'll we'll see exactly. So hopefully it's true. I mean, like, I don't doubt that there's a Godzilla set coming. It makes complete sense for 1000 to be Godzilla, rather than to be just a regular single film. Hey Trini, well, and that's like, because there's so much to work with, and of course the Showa era has a lot of the sillier Godzilla films as well. You're going to get a lot of Kennys in there, basically. So does anybody have a favorite film within that era? Like, taking Godzilla out of it, because obviously Godzilla 1954 is the classic, right? But out of the sequels, Rodan would be like kind of a spin-off one. I don't think he's in that. He would be within that time frame, but I don't think he would be in that set. Though you will see Rodan. Mecha Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. Mecha Godzilla is the best. So we're getting a lot of love for Mecha Godzilla here, and I agree. I'm a huge Mecha Godzilla fan. I had a couple of those Godzilla toys when I was a kid. I wish I had them still. If you're talking poutine, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about the poutine. And if you ever come to Canada, you got to have it, because I don't care where you've had poutine at, where there's been in the States or Paris or England or anywhere like that. Canada, real poutine. Oh, you didn't like it? You just got to go to the right place. I always say, if you don't like it, no, try another poutine. There will be poutine that you'll like. There's even a place called Smokies that has like different types of poutine with like different meats and stuff in them as well. So, did you try Schwartz? Because if you didn't try Schwartz, man, you got to go back to Montreal. Godzilla versus Hedorah. Okay, we got. I'm hoping for extras. I'm hoping that it's going to be a biggish one. I would like to have a coffee table book if possible. For the set, even if they don't do a lot more features, if they slap in a coffee table book like they did with the Bergman set, yeah, I would be down with that, man. I'll be totally down with that. With with this set too, I do apologize. I got a bit of a sore throat after speaking for 3 hours. I'm a bigger fan of the other, or the. So you like the more serious stuff, right? Is what I'm going to guess. Well, other people live there too, so you know. I live here, so you gotta like it, huh? Yeah, the more serious, darker stuff. A lot of people agree, but I think each one has, as you know, kind of has its place. And the good thing, Logan, I would say, get this set, please, because something like this could mean I love Jet Jaguars, so that'd be awesome. Could mean that we could get another era down the road, because as it goes through the like you just mentioned, there's a Showa era, which is 1955, 1974. Got my computer here, so I'm cheating tonight. We got the High C, and I'm probably gonna pronounce this wrong because this is me. Exactly, Wolverine. Because in Canada we like to fight. That's true. Have a great evening there, Mike. Which is 1984 to 1995, and that kind of starts with the kind of reboot the series with the Return of Godzilla. I used to have that on VHS, by the way. Then there's the Millennium period, which is 1999 to 2004, and of course that's kicked off with Godzilla 2000. That one has Godzilla Final Wars, which I really liked, by the way. And there's the Rawa period, which is like basically 2016 to present. I would love to see a crossover between Godzilla and Gamera. I'm a huge Gamera fan. The original Gamera films were fun, but like kind of silly. But they were more brutal than a lot of the Godzilla. Go back and watch them. They actually are pretty brutal. And when they revamped, like when they did the darker era of Gamera, it's supposed to be sometime this week. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, like this is something. I mean, you say you like around 5 of them, but I'm willing to bet you're going to be tempted. You're going to have to be tempted with this one. And it'd be nice to see if they put this out, if this does like really well, if we see like them saying, okay, we did the Showa era, next year we're going to do the next era, the Heisei era. Hey Kathy, welcome. I was talking to Kathy today, and just before when I was doing my chores, and I apologize, I passed out, by the way, well, in mid-conversation, because heat. Because heat, and I stupidly didn't open windows. My favorite era, I have the Leak J is that it's the Godzilla Showa era, so that's 1954 to 1975. So we're looking around 14 or 15 movies that are right from the original Godzilla, right on up to things like Terra Mecha Godzilla, Straw Monsters, Godzilla versus Gigan, Godzilla versus Hydra. So a lot of stuff like that. So there's going to be some pretty cool stuff. Like Logan mentioned there, the packaging is going to be like awesome. This is definitely this. This has got to be a December release. This is something that much like Criterion did with their Bergman set. This is I think this is going to be like this is going to be the gift for movie lovers, like across for this December. Criterion did it again. They gave us the Bergman set last year, and now they're going to give us the Godzilla set. So for people that weren't into the artsier stuff, like the Bergman stuff, and I definitely understand that. Hey Ryan, welcome, dude. Then this is the other thing. This is the other side of the coin. Criterion has gotten really good with catering to different likes. I mean, for a lot of people, originally when they looked at Criterion, would say, well, this is it's the foreign stuff. It's it's the artsy stuff. It's the early stuff. And if they had not listened to Logan's song, they would not know how awesome it is. But what you need right now, you're seeing a lot more, I guess, what you would call mainstream stuff coming out from. I love Holy God. Okay, that's cool. I haven't heard this saying in a long time, but I really love it. You're seeing a lot more mainstream stuff coming out. You know, we're seeing the Breakfast Club coming out. We're seeing like 16 Candles, stuff like that. Is it 16 Candles coming out? Maybe not. We see the Breakfast Club. We see, we're seeing like some Cronenberg. You're getting like you're getting Godzilla sets. So they're really getting in there. As in like, it's not just the important films from other countries. Like now, well, even though Godzilla's from another country, but you know what I mean, right? Well said. I'll be honest with you. I would have been disappointed if it was like, I love Orson Welles. Like I'm a huge Orson Welles fan, but that would have made me. I would have been disappointed years ago. I've seen Sandlot. I actually don't have that one on Blu-ray or DVD, which is surprising because I actually did like that film. It's one of those kind of like those summer films, like kid summer films that I actually enjoyed. Though I was older when I saw it because I'm older anyway. I like Wells stuff, but I can't see it working as a set. I'd buy them separately. Oddly enough, I'd buy them separately better than I'd buy. Like I like that for fake and all that. Oh man. Hopefully I'll be able to do this video. I heard that actually, so it'll be interesting to see how that does. With a lot of stuff coming up for Disney Plus now. Netflix, you should worry. But if you want to win me over, I don't know, Vermont. I would have to taste it. I am the king of poutine. Any dream box sets? That's a good question. I mean, like Dennis, like put out a good question there. What's your dream box set, guys? What would you like to see, like that you don't think is going to come out, or that you hope that you've been wishing to come out, but you've never seen anybody like put it out there? What set would you like to see come out? And if you want to go one step farther, by what company? Like with the show up era of Godzilla coming out, I'm hoping, for me, I would like to see Criterion put out the other eras of Godzilla. Friday 13th all uncut. Obviously, that's one of my dreams. I'm a huge Friday 13th fan. I mean, I grew up with those films, and you're so lucky to be able to find this stuff, man. Yeah, a box set that's not been released, or like not been released the way that you want to release, at least. Like for me, like and what Zombie just said there, I want the Friday 13th set, and I want it from Scream Factory, really well done, uncut. Samuel Fuller Volume 2, 3, and 4. Is there enough for? Is there what would be in 2, 3, and 4? Hammer will always be the Holy Grail for you. Cary Grant Criterion set would be sweet. Kurosawa, Truffaut. Would you buy Fellini? They actually are, George, doing. I thought it was rumored. Maybe it was like a false rumor that they were going to do all the Marvels, like the first ones in a in a set, which would be interesting. True, yeah. But I mean, like that would go on the sets that you would put like within the sets. Like, would you want them all? Is there certain ones that you would you curate it? You'd have to have Lestrade and Knights of Cabrillo. That would need to be in the set. Because I'm sorry, without Lestrade, it's not a Fellini set. In my not so humble opinion. There's a Complete Monty Python. I have the TV series. Fuller Warbox. There, see, then you can break it up into like certain like eras of Fuller. Ginger Snaps. Oh, yeah, I would like to see a new. I've got the original Canadian like box set of Ginger Snaps, but I'd love to see it. Fuller Noir box set, exactly. And that's kind of how I like to see it done, something like that. Curated Fellini, so it'll be great. You're a bad man. I will check the Dark Materials, I promise you. I'm going to put that on my phone so I don't forget it. Peckinpah set or Walter Hill set. There's a lot. I mean, Uh, I'm a huge, obviously, one of my greatest dreams is happening right now. Like, they're dropping the Doctor Who sets. Logan, are you getting those? Have you been getting these? So they've been dropping these Blu-ray sets of Doctor Who, and for years that was my dream. Was that, hey, let's put Doctor Who out a series at a time, and they're doing that, and they look to be committed to be doing all 26 series. So that was my dream, and it's happening. So Halloween was the Halloween set from Scream Factory. That was a dream that I never thought was going to happen, and it happens. Santiago set. You know, you know who I would like to see? This is what I'm going to be alone on. Night, Dave. You have a great evening. Okay. Ramiro Dead said, "Ooh, paying for the new sets. That'll do it." I don't have the only one I don't have on order in one way or another is a Davison set, but I really had to get that one because I think the elements for the Davison set should make for like really good remasters. But here's a set. It's a dream set for me. I know nobody else is going to say this as a dream set. But the El Santo. If anybody remembers El Santo, it was like this wrestling guy. Yeah, exactly. The El Santo. I would love to see the El Santo movies like put out in a big set, even if it was like 2 or 3 sets, with like at least English like subtitling and maybe like dubbing for a lot of these. Vincent Price included all of his movies. That'd be a big set, Kathy. So yeah, but deep dive great packaging for Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, because I mean, there's been an Ultimate Nightmare on Elm Street DVD set. I don't think there's an Ultimate Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray set. There's one out there, the least expensive one. Raw reunion tonight. Exactly. Am I watching it? I don't know. I'm taping it. I'll probably check it out to see exactly what they're going to do. In the silence. An indicator Ozploitation set. Okay, now we're thinking outside the box a bit. I see nobody mentioned my El Santo set, so I'm guessing I'm the only person that likes wrestling schlocky horror. But it's fun stuff. Just trust me, guys. It's super fun stuff. But there's a lot that have come out that I was surprised about when they put out the Bloodthirsty trilogy. That Killer and Hardball. Yeah, they put Killer and Hardball early on. Like those are way out of print. Those never got to the Blu-ray stage. And I loved both of those films. I remember having them. Did Dragon Dynasty put those out? I had them, but they weren't Criterions. So I think the Hardboiled I had was from Dragon Dynasty. Hardball is the one in the hospital, right? Oh, Mil Mascaras, yeah. And Blue Demon was in the El Santo ones because he'd team up with Blue Demon in a few of them. So that was actually kind of cool as well. I would actually like to see. I got the Zadichi like box set, Witchcraft. Actually, Warlock. That's my guess at this point for what we're going to get from Vinegar Syndrome. That's my guess is that box set is going to be a Witchcraft box set coming in October. And I have no idea of whether that is true. It's just my dream is that we're going to get a Witchcraft set, which I will buy because it'll be super cool. Anthony says, Greg, Araki set. There's some great ideas for stuff here. You guys should be making this stuff. As far as I know, I don't think Vinegar Syndrome's ever really done a real box set before. How many of the Witchcraft films are there? Altogether, there's around 14. At last count, I think there was around 14. If they did not include 13 and 14 or something like that, I'd be definitely okay with that. To be completely honest with you, I like to get like I like a Cynthia Rothrock type of set. I know, again, I'm in the minority with some of these stuff. You guys are coming with these awesome sets, and I'm saying I want Cynthia Rothrock. There's 16 now. Are you serious? Okay, I missed a couple somewhere along the way. All the TV miniseries. Well, they did do kind of like I think Walmart did like a miniseries, but not, it was kind of a DVD thing. They put a lot of them together. I would like to see Golden Years come out on, like the whole TV series. Witchcraft, Kathy, they are extremely bad films, but most of them are a lot of fun. They're Criterion. Didn't Arrow did a good set of Fassbender, actually. David Sterling. Is that the ones that had like Cool Duder in them? Like the YouTuber Cool Duder? Because I'm sure he's in like two of them. Probably playing different characters too, actually, in each of the films. But I'm sure he was in like two of those films. And I know they were like the later ones. The ones that, when you get to the point when Will Spanner is no longer in them. And they're like shot on like, looks like they're shot on digital camera. And yeah, like so far, I think, is it the most complete we got for Fassbender, like at this point? I saw that somebody did a video, YouTuber from England, and he was going into FOPS and like HMV there, and he was doing the Arrow, the BOGO sale that they had. There was in the last day, and they've actually got like a kind of a dressed down version of the Kozlowski set, the Kozlowski Decalogue. Because I got one that's like huge, it's really big, but there's like one that's like really kind of a slimline case. Do apologize. Disney treasure releases. What they did kind of do a lot of them at one point. Mystery Science Theater. Oh, that would be massive. That would, like, that would cost me a fortune. David Lynch. Hey, Steve. David Lynch will be awesome. On the smaller side of like not like a big thing, but if Scream Factory decided to put out like 3, 4, and 5 of Silent Night, Deadly Night on Blu-ray with lots of features, I'd like that. I'd like to see those. As long as Russ Meyer's estate are holding tight onto the rights, we're not going to see a Russ Meyer box set anytime, like a new box in the near future. Logan, perfect. So it's two of us now. You got a 3DO? That's cool. Enjoy, dude. But there's that scene in the last one. There's the disturbing "I love you, mommy" scene in Time Maker. It's just a disturbing movie overall, but a lot of fun. Dude, that's one of the things I'm looking for. So congrats, dude. Trick or Treat from '86, great soundtrack. If they release it, I would like to see them release the vinyl. I haven't seen has Scream Factory done any vinyl. I know the Arrow has dipped their toes into vinyl. I've seen Vinegar Syndrome put out some records as well. As far as I know, like I'm not up to date on a lot of the Scream Factory stuff. So if Scream Factory has put out any vinyl records, I'm not aware of it. But I would love to see like them to put out like Trick or Treat, the '86 one. That's the one with Gene Simmons on, right? And I don't want a NECA figure with Trick or Treat. I would go for I would go for vinyl with that. I would definitely want vinyl. Champson. What's my favorite distributor? It's up in the air. I mean, obviously, Death Wish. You guys know me as Mr. Vincent, which is kind of a lot of people know me as. But who do I think puts out the best stuff? Like completely. The most friendly company is Vinegar Syndrome, like without a doubt. The company that puts out the best range of stuff, that I think does the best distribution wise, is probably Arrow Video. For me, like personally, I think that there's a scope, there's a whole scope to what they put out, and since they've upgraded their shipping, it's been even like easier and more seamless to get Arrow releases. There was a time a couple years back when in Canada when I ordered an Arrow release, I knew that was like a 3 or 4 week wait, and if I like pay a couple extra dollars on shipping now, I know I'll get my Arrows in 2 days. So Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Shout Factory does a lot of great stuff. I think that they're up in their game. Shout Factory had some issues last year, and that's kind of like that's kind of the deal there. But I think Shout Select doesn't get talked about enough, and I do think that Shout Select has really helped like Shout Factory. Like Scream Factory has been their big sub label that they've gone with. Obviously, Shout was they took over from Rhino. Really, they took over from Rhino from what Rhino was doing, and they went with that. They had that pattern there. They had the MST3K sets, like they took them over from Rhino, and they started kind of to do their own thing. But I think that Shout Select is one of the most under talked about, and it's from a big company, so you think it wouldn't be. It's one of the most under talked about like labels that's going right now, along with I think that we don't hear enough from talk about. God, where's it at? Because AGFA is getting up there, but MVD Rewind is another company that I think is really good. But not on Synth Rock set. Nice, Steve. There's a lot of great Synth Rock stuff. Like really great, not sure, like acting great, a lot of action and stuff like that. Am I the only person wanting a Jackie Chan set? Just wondering, because I'm a huge Jackie Chan fan. But Logan, you're like me though. You're region free, so you can get anything. Hey, Senotech. Uh, I told, actually, Dennis, I didn't want to say anything, but I also forgot about the Jodorowsky set. So yes, as long as you're like, here's the thing: as long as you're gone region free, none of these barriers like to film matters to you. You can grab anything. Oh, Eureka's! I got to get some of those sets, man. They're so good. They look so good anyway. I like a lot more of the like. There's the period Jackie Chan stuff, but I like a lot of like the Super Cop stuff, and Super Cop, and, police story ones. That era of that series. I love that stuff. You get Michelle Yeoh in Super Cop, of course. So that was kind of fun. And of course, there's the Armor of Gods. Did they put it? Did Eureka put it the Armor of Gods ones? Because I really like those. I'm a big Jackie Chan fan. He is the Bruce Lee meets Buster Keaton of his era. But I think that there's only ever been like one Bruce Lee meets Buster Keaton, if you want to see it that way. But that's a great question, by the way. Probably, I got to give credit. One of the best questions that definitely has been asked on here. It looks like it, Kathy. Like it's just leaked right now, but from everything we're hearing, the leak looks to be legitimate, and it is the 1954 to 1975 Showa era of Godzilla that could be coming to for the 1000th spine number for Criterion. Of course, we don't know for sure until Criterion officially announces it, but they haven't said anything against it. The leak looks to be legit at this point. I really hope it is. I would be severely disappointed if Criterion came out and said, no, it's not this, it's Citizen Kane, or it's just a film, because I think something like 1000 needs to be like a set like this. Conquest, Mom, Dr. Heckle, I'm sorry, Banana. Well, the one good thing is I can get like Scorpion stuff. I just can't get. I can't see 9.99 being like a big box set. I say 1,000 because basically it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. So unless they don't spine number it like they did with the Bergman set, I think that the idea for getting the 1,000 will be like a huge one. Do I need to get? Is that the John Carpenter Vampires? I'm kind of wondering. I got to check out the features on that one because I do have the Twilight Time edition of Vampires, so I don't know if I need to like double dip on that one. It'll all depend really, because the Twilight Time was actually really nice, but if it's got a nice stuff into it, it's gonna be tempting. For me, the vampire film that Scream Factory is doing is Dracula by John Badham, and I'm a huge fan of that film. I'm of the age that I saw it in theater. So that's, and from what I heard, we're getting both colors of the of the film, both the original theatrical and the color and the warm color correction. So you're going to have a choice between, because the director changed the color for it on the DVD. Well, Indicator probably the best edition of Vampires, because they probably had a big booklet and everything in there as well. And I think they had like a John Carpenter kind of little documentary thing on there as well. I don't think we're going to get Christine anytime soon because Sony put it out. I'm not sure. I don't want to offend any Ghost of Mars fans here, but I'm not quite sure we're missing Ghost of Mars. Maybe that's one I got to watch again. I just really didn't get into that one. And obviously, it stars somebody that I grew up close to. No, didn't know, but I grew up close. Was Natasha Henstridge, who was down from my area, from Newfoundland like me. Indicator or Criterion, who's better? Depends what it's. I mean, like at this point, still Criterion. But Indicator is definitely making their name. They do some of the best box sets like just out there. No, was it done in multiple releases? Yeah, that's why I like about a lot of the announcements that were made from Scream Factory that we talked about yesterday. Obviously, like with stuff like The Prophecy and My Bloody Valentine and like movies like that, there weren't a lot of releases. There's not umpteen releases of The Prophecy out there, which is kind of cool. No, The Prophecy is a totally different thing. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming out that I wanna that haven't been that I don't have double dip on. Silver Bullet's gonna be fun. I mean, like I can see Silver Bullet being a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff that hasn't been released, and that's what kills me sometimes when I see like a company releasing this, and then I find 88 films releasing this next week, and all this type of stuff. But when there's so much stuff that hasn't been released, it's gonna be what do I expect for Arrow for October? I thought the Hills of Eyes is September then, right? The set, because I ordered the Hills of Eyes and Prey sets. Take it in, Logan. You watch a lot of Doctor Who. Take it as a Doctor Who style episode. Come on, it kind of works that way, But no, I would say. The ending. Understandable. So Hills of Eyes, September. What are their October? So their October releases haven't been announced yet. Huh. I don't know if there's anything really big coming. Like nothing's been leaked. That's for sure. You think they'll come out with a box set or something like that? Jodorowsky could be October. But see, that's Arrow Academy though, right? I don't see Jodorowsky being Arrow Video. But Abominable by MVD, that is an incredible release. Anybody that doesn't have Abominable by MVD Rewind, and you like horror movies and you like monster movies, you get on that one. See, that's one place that I got the Scarlet Box, and I'm pretty sure you do too. But I love MVD stuff. I love the fact that MVD is so eclectic with their releases. One of the most like you never know what's going to come out next when it comes to their stuff. Oh, I also heard they're doing Attack Killer Tomatoes like remake. The last one I bought was a Van Damme, actually. There's only Van Damme I'm missing is Lionheart out of their stuff. But I mean, the last one I picked up was, what was it again? The latest Van Damme one that came out. For the life of me, I can't remember the name right now, but it's over there. But that was one of their last releases. I think I would, if I was Arrow, Double Impact. Thanks. It would have been like I put Jodorowsky in Academy. Bloodsport would be a nice one to get. Yeah, get Van Damme. But I want to see the Rothrock set. Who would put it out though? If you any company that could put out like these sets, like you guys are mentioning, like there's obviouses for like Friday the 13th, Scream Factory and stuff like that. But who would you choose as a company to put out something like a Cynthia Rothrock? Like if like an action set, something like that, or because if I was to say I want to see the Night Eyes films, the Andrew Stevenson films, I would say Vinegar Syndrome. Cynthia Rothrock as a set, but it doesn't come out right away. It doesn't like I don't. Then I got to think what company would cater more towards that. Maybe Arrow because they do like some action stuff, but I haven't seen them do any like actiony sets like that. RoboCop. I don't know if we got a time frame on RoboCop yet. If they do, I don't know. I don't see RoboCop as an October release though. To be completely honest with you, I would see maybe RoboCop maybe as a December release, November December release, kind of something closer to Christmas. I'm trying to remember if there was a big announcement last year from Arrow, like something that really stood out. There probably was. I'm just not thinking of it right now. Shout actually might do it because yeah, probably a Shout Factory, maybe a Shout Select release, right? Like they did the. Do you remember those Billy Jack movies? They did like a set, the Billy Jack set. Arrow Video is releasing RoboCop. That's actually, well, I think I got it in one of the art cards there. Hopefully they're releasing. Did everybody see the news about Alice, Sweet Alice? So it's been news about Alice, Sweet Alice being released has been conflicting. City of the Dead and the Candyman, yeah. which are which were great releases. I didn't pick up the Candyman because I got the Scream Factory one. Though the Arrow one was better from what I heard. But Scream Factory had a pretty cool edition of it as well. So I'm going to say that, Emma, because I missed out. You think it'll come in this October? It'd be nice. I mean, even if one of them comes out, like Dawn of the Dead, or I honestly, it's gonna like sacrifice. I'm almost wanting Martin sooner than I want Dawn of the Dead, like because I know they're both coming out. So I'm not the only one. But I haven't seen Martin as much, and I haven't seen like I got a DVD here somewhere, Martin, and I was like super excited to find it on DVD, and it was like just a regular company that put it out, and I think the DVD itself is out of print, so I'm kind of excited to. Well, it looks like there's going to be a horror legend. It looks like we're getting a Showa era of Godzilla coming out, and that's going to be epic, in my opinion. That would be epic. Something that I would really, really like to see, and I want a book. We don't know yet. Like right now, it's only a leak, and it's not confirmed. If I was to guess, I would say this would be a December release. That's what I would go for. It would be for Christmas. We're looking at a Christmas release. I'd say if the Showa era Godzilla is coming out, we're looking either a November or a Christmas release. I don't know. We won't know yet. Like as we start, hopefully they'll confirm it, put out some, give us a little bit of information on it. Yeah, I know. I wish. Elvira, I wish, man. Actually, I do. Because I saw the American version probably, like to be completely honest, I saw the American version first before I saw the Japanese version of Godzilla. Like many times first before I saw the Japanese version of it, and I do like the Japanese version now that I've seen it. But I have like a nostalgic factor for that one as well. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. I'm hoping to. I'm trying to keep this up. Now I have to let you guys know. I'm going out of town. I'm going to be headed out of town. Hopefully on Wednesday. I feel your pain, Warlock. Obviously, we're the same when it comes to that. That's when we are the same. But you can go to Bay Street, man. Michael Ironside. It's got to have watchers on it. It's got to have watchers, man. And oh, Alice Sweet Alice. I'm sorry, I got distracted. So Alice Sweet Alice was coming out from Arrow Video. Really good release, apparently. Then it was announced that the release has been delayed for a reason. And then it was stated, I think it was by Grindhouse or a company like that, like a store like that. That basically said that it was the same thing. Thank you, Kathy. That it was the same thing happening as happened with Django, in that there was a rights issue and that the Alice Sweet Alice one wasn't going to be coming anymore. Then somebody that worked on the set replied. You can get it a lot faster than I am. Replied, and oh, you got to get the American Horror Project too, man. You got to get it. Replied and said, no, that's not right. That's not true. There's no indication that it's a rights issue. Whoever said that is wrong, and they were pretty stern about it. They said, I worked on this set. There is no rights issue with the Alice Sweet Alice set. So right now we're just waiting to get it cleared up and see exactly what it is. Some, originally some said it was might have been a framing issue, something that he had to get straightened away first, just to make sure that they put the Alice Sweet Alice release out right. But then the speculation of it not being released at all came out, and then somebody announced that basically, no, that's not true. That it's going to be that it is being released. There's just being some extra work done on it. Yeah, I don't know either, Warlock. I mean, I don't know the people that said it. Hey, B movie, but and I don't think that if somebody did say it, I don't think it was said in malice. It was probably misunderstanding. But which is good because I love Alfred Soule's kind of slasher film, Alice Sweet Alice. I think it's a really, really cool, really creepy, really effective film, and it's one that I do want to get a good edition of. Pretty good. I mean, I'm excited about the potential Godzilla release. We've been talking about box sets that we want to see come out, and there's been an amazing amount of box sets that people kind of would like to see. Well, Raymond Burr is Ironside, so you weren't wrong. The Warren box that got delayed for framing issues. That's where I'm mixing them up. Thank you. See, I got to get something wrong at least once per video. At least one thing wrong once per video. That you got, whether I mispronounce a name or I mix something up. I love that you guys keep me to task. You keep me on my toes. I like that. Yeah, the Norm J. Warren box has been delayed, so there's a better chance of me getting that one now. But there's so much coming out down the road. I got right now, for instance, I have in August I'm getting the first Doctor Who box set that came out, the Tom Baker one, and then slipcover. Ooh, that's nice. I'm a sucker for slipcovers. And then of course there's the Prey and Hills Have Eyes 2 set, and there's the Jon Pertwee set, and there is the Colin Baker set. The Colin Baker one is the first one that I'm getting as a limited edition. The rest of them I got the North American releases of coming, but the Colin Baker one, I did order the limited edition of that one because I want to have at least one of the limited edition ones in my in my collection. Logan, did you get I haven't checked. Have you unboxed them on your channel, the Doctor Who stuff, by the way? Because that I'd like to see. And did you buy did you get North American or did you get UK? Because you do have the option for both. I do think we'll get a Akira Kurosawa set. We may not get it this Christmas, but I think it's going to be something that's going to be coming in the near future. It's just too much of a given. North American. So you got the North American releases. See, I want to have at least one of the limited edition ones, with the booklet and the cards and stuff like that. So I went with Trial of a Time Lord. I got one so far. I got like this series 14, I think, which series 7 of like Tom Baker, season 7 of Tom Baker. But I went with the Trial of a Time Lord because I really do love Trial of a Time Lord. Which season of Pertwee is being released? It's series 10. So that's is fourth season. It's not. It's actually 3. It's the one with the Green Death and Carnival of Monsters. Green Death, Carnival of Monsters, Frontier Planet, Frontier Planet of the Daleks. I'm pretty sure I got most of those right. Green Death, like that's the last one of that's the last serial of no, Inferno's a different, like is in a different series. So when it comes to I got to bring it up here. So because that's Inferno's the year before. Because we're looking at because remember the Green Death is we get like we got Joe Grant, and before we got you got the other girl, because she was still in the okay. So here we go. So Third Doctor. Gotta. There's so many storylines in the Second Doctor stuff. Okay, so Inferno's in like series 7. So that's like when you got stuff like Ambassadors of Death and the Silurians and Spirit from Space. That's like the first one that he did. Then they transfer over to Joe Grant. As because Liz Shaw was only in the first series of like of John Pertwee's Doctor. I really want that one. The best series for that was his best. Yeah, I like Ambassadors of Death's pretty good. Doctor and Silurians is really good. Of course, Spirit from Spaces, it's good. It's not my favorite. Inferno's my favorite in that series. But I think it's the next series that is actually, in my opinion, is the best. That's not one that's out yet, which is series 8. That's what I'm excited about because we get like Terror of the Autons, the Mind of Evil, Claws of Axis. Down the road, I mean, I got like a set of a Space 1999. Eventually, I would love to. I love that series. It's my favorite sci-fi show, right next to alongside Doctor Who. Colony in Space and The Daemons, which is another one of my favorites. John Pertwee had a solid, like he went for 4 series, no, 5 series in Doctor Who. Did he really? Oh wow, I'd forgotten that. Why aren't they releasing them in order? Because there's 26 series, and they're put it like, obviously the go-to originally was, hey, let's put out a Tom Baker, because Tom Baker's gonna sell. He's the most famous Doctor. And after that, they went with a Tarkovsky's gonna be excellent. They went with the Peter Davison set. And then they went with then there was the John Pertwee set. No, then there was the other Tom Baker set. And then there was the John Pertwee set. And surprising everybody, they went with Trial of a Time Lord, which is Colin Baker, which is series 23. Almost everybody, and if you look online, you'll notice is that it is good. I mean, like Space 1999 is... it ran 2 seasons, or 2 series in England, and it starred Martin Landau and Barbara Bain. The first season of it is darker than hey, welcome back. Is darker than the second season. There's more on the second season of Space 1999. They hired a lot of like Star Trek like writers, so you got a lot more kind of science fiction-y stuff. They brought in a girl that could was a shapeshifter and that type of thing. But there were some really, really dark episodes in the first season of Space 1999. Like stuff, like stuff that scared me as a kid, like legit scared me to the point that when I see some of those creatures today, I still get like, so I still get freaked out. There's one particularly freaky creature that can kind of sort of can change its appearance, and it's got, you can look it up online. And it looks kind of silly now, but it really works. And it's got this like, it's this huge creature with, has this like huge eye, I think a red type eye in the middle of it, and basically it comes up and you, when you slide under, like he turns you into like turns you into stone type of thing. There's another episode, and you can correct me if anybody's seen this one, because it's been a long time since I watched some of these episodes. There's one episode where, oh God, they're on a planet, and they're trying, and this guy is trying to keep them on this planet, and I'm not sure if it's like just is cold or his skin is different or something like that. But when they blast off, uh, he like he gets caught in the rocket fire and melting and stuff. It's, that's because, so yeah, I think you'd like it, like Logan. I really do think you would. Definitely worth looking into. The first season is utterly fantastic. The second season is a great little science fiction series too, but the first season is for me, it's the highest quality season of the series, like Hammer in Space. But I don't think there's an actor. I can't think of an actor that I really kind of don't. I mean, like there's actors that bother me now, but because you find out stuff that creeps you out. But I don't know. I hearken not to say this. Hey, Ken, welcome, because I do like some of his stuff. It's just I've never been like there's an actor that I've to use a term from from Kubrick Lover, that is meh for me, and it's not for a lot of people. It's Woody Allen. Like I've never been like a huge. It's very. He comes off a bit one note. Like after a while, um, like some of the writing is really good, but I still find that his Woody Allen always, like he never plays anybody else but the same character. Like I hate saying that. I don't want to get any hate, but it's just the way that I feel with that. No, I do think he's good. Like I'm not nothing about his writing, but as an like Logan, like in all honesty, as an actor, not as a writer or as a director, right? Um, but as an actor, like would you really consider Woody Allen to be like a great actor, or is he like a writer director that can kind of seamlessly put himself in there? That's the thing, right? It's hard to think from, like, so the question I was asked basically was that, are there any actors that I really don't like? And like no, but there's actors that I find like, okay, yeah, it's that character again. Hmm. Yeah, he is this kind of dude in his real life. That's the thing. I can't rant on Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is really nice. I mean, he's kind of like he's that he has that fallible personality that like the later stuff wasn't stuff for me. I'm a bigger fan of the Tom Hanks, like The Bachelor Party, you know, Dragnet, that era of Tom Hanks. That's what I grew up with. I like his comedic work. He did some great stuff in drama. It's just I was never a huge fan. Uh, like everybody loves the movie. He is not because everybody loves that movie Forrest Gump, but I'm just it's okay. I mean, I never really got into Forrest Gump. I can't think of any actors that really like right now anyway that I dislike for like their acting, like just for their acting. Like there's people out there that you dislike just for because of creepiness, right? But acting wise, not so much. Big is awesome. Pre-Taxi Driver Scorsese. I love Scorsese. I I'm very jealous of my sister-in-law because she's met him. She's met Scorsese. She's met these guys, and got to hang out with them. So I'm super jealous of that. But I wish hopefully one of these days, man, if they're still around, I'm doing the Moroccan Film Festival. I see Splash Warlock. That is something that I'm saying that I would say that's a definitely shout select release down the road, right? Oh, are they releasing? Okay, right on. Because if they're not, that's exactly the company that I would see like doing Splash. Let's find out really quickly. What's your favorite season of Doctor Who so far that's been released on Blu-ray, Logan? Don't see release announcement. For the stories, what about for the features though? Like, I gotta say, I just got Series 7 so far, and the features are amazing. Uh, I don't think it's been announced yet. I I just I do see like Shout Select being if anybody's releasing it, it's got to be Shout Select. Beyond Sof has been awesome. I mean that's been incredible. I'm just looking at seeing what's coming out here. So in 2019, so it's July. So August of 2019, we got the Donnybrook coming from Shout Factory, Vice Squad, of course, from Scream Factory is coming out. They're doing limited edition steelbooks for Forbidden World and Galaxy of Terror. The Harder They Come, Shout Select. Gonna get some Hammer coming out in that month. September, we get John Carpenter's Vampires. I guess that's a Scream Factory edition. Going My Way, 75th Anniversary Edition. The Great Wattle Pepper and Biloxi Blues are all coming out from Shout Select. It hasn't been announced yet for the rest of the year, so we'll see. I'm hoping. Hey, Cool Blue. I like Halloween 5, and doesn't Attack the Clones have Christopher Lee? It's got Christopher Lee, right? So there, you're cool. Remember what I said yesterday about headcanon? Exactly. Oh, Horrorfang Rock. That's one of my favorite stories. It actually makes sense. Robert Rodriguez, like most of us at that age, is a dad too, uh, and you make something for your kids. Fang Rock is one of the best stories, and it is the only story so far. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you know Doctor Who as much as I do, Logan. That had this like the Centaurans enemies show up in it. Like this is the only time we get to see those enemies. That I love the Midnight Hour. I can't believe somebody else knows this movie. Sherry Belafonte, right? Uh, but yeah, that was the first time we got to see and the only time so far, as far as I can remember, the Centaurans enemies. Because we always hear about Centaurans and their war race and they're fighting these other aliens. But Horror Fang Rock is actually the only time we get to see those aliens. Sort of get to see those aliens. Horror Fang Rock is definitely is a much darker one, and just so kind of creepy and like it's very much like the sci-fi kind of like the murder mystery sort of the Agatha Christie of that, and it is very gothic. It is extremely gothic, and it is like so much murder happens within that story. And we're getting like the best companion for that era too, to do a story like that. And I know I always loved. Oh, I missed, even though I missed Sarah Jane. I did like I did like her. That was it. First one's Face of Evil, right? That she was in. Was it Face of Evil? This is. I'm pretty sure. Layla is that her first one, Face of Evil? Yeah, I think so. So like we're getting talking early on. So I would say no. What they've been doing with the Doctor Who ones is yeah is basically is they've already filmed a lot of the featurettes for future seasons. It looks like they're going to put around four or five series per year, and they look to have them all out within like 6 years. So that's the kind of what the time frame is right now. Your favorite is Talons of Wang Chang. That's a good story. Horror Fang Rock is my favorite story, I think, of hers, but that's probably one that utilized her really well. Uh, but yeah, I'd go with. They're definitely two of the best stories that she was used in. Robots of Death is also Sarah Jane. There is a sequence in Pyramids of Mars, which is one of my favorite Doctor Who stories of all time, and where the Doctor meets oh god one of the guys from Pyramids of Mars. Can't remember his name right now, and he introduces himself and he introduces Sarah Jane, and he says hi. I said, "This is Sarah Jane. She is my very best friend," and it's a line that I've never forgotten, and it stood out from any other companion that he ever had before or since, even in the new Who era. I think Sarah Jane just really she was groundbreaking. But Sarah Jane was my favorite companion. I, of course, remember Kai and Vance because one of them acted on Santa Barbara afterwards. Uh, and I think I think Layla did was a really good choice for after there. It There's a leak, Carlos, and it's looking strong. They have not confirmed it yet, but they haven't denied it either. And it looks like the show era of Godzilla, 1954, 1975. So, fingers crossed. Vance is. Which one played Vance? Which one's Vance? Because I want to make sure it's not the wrong. Oh my God. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, Chip Mayer, Christopher Mayer, who played Vance, was the actor that was from Santa Barbara that I'm talking about. Do, Did I get Dead Pit from? You know the answer to that. I got Dead Pit on DVD from Code Red a while back, around last year. But did I upgrade to the glow in the dark factory one from that company that loves scalpers and keeps insulting people? Nope, I didn't. No, I did not do that. I it's it bewilders me. I couldn't do it, Warlock. I couldn't bring myself to do it, man. you know, got to Oh yeah. Obviously, they came in like as replacements for extremely popular characters, like the leads of series. Um, and when the guys said, we changed our minds, want to come back, they were just taken out. They weren't given any good storyline to go out with or anything like that. They didn't do like a team up like they could have done, like to give them like a farewell. They got a really crappy deal of it actually, kind of like when Barbara Bel Geddes left Dallas, and they had Donna Reed come on to play Miss Ellie. She did it for that one season, like the dream season. So, and then they just fired her and let her go. In the right place, the right time. Dead Pit's okay. I mean, it's not. If I, it's been a while since I bought it last year, but I didn't watch it since I bought it, but I've seen it like before. Uh, and it's okay. I mean, it's not like, if it's the way I remember, it's not great, but it's okay. Oh, the Von Sternberg set I want. I mean, I want that set bad. I might, I don't have the DVD set like you got, so that's be an easier buy for me. There's better zombie films. I mean, there's a better zombie film on the American Horror Project Volume Two, called The Child, uh, than Dead Pit. Though it's been so long since I've seen it, to be totally honest with you, that I may not be being fair. I'd have to go back and rewatch it again. I just remember like I love the cover, and sometimes the covers are really good and it doesn't fit uh, with everything that you see on the inside. And Dead Pit was like that for me, I think. I got to rewatch it again. So it's not really fair for me to say. I remember not being blown away, but beavers. But eventually I'll rewatch it and then I'll see. Yeah, exactly. Greatest silent. See, that's them's words. Greatest silent film of all time, man. Weird Science. I love that movie. I'm a huge Weird Science fan, and I'm a huge fan of like. She was gorgeous, man. Kelly LeBrock was gorgeous. Why? Why did she get involved with Steven Seagal? I, 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 I do not see that pairing. I don't understand that pairing at all. Like even in his heyday, I don't understand like Kelly LeBrock and Steven Seagal together. Uh, Curious Attacks. Does that come out tomorrow already? Like I've seen like a preview for it, but I haven't like checked anything else on it. And that guy's at 92 minutes, 93 minutes actually, just as I said that. Uh, I am heading upstairs to go and oh yeah, she's on Google Doc list, man. Yes, I'm going to go upstairs and grab myself some tea, some more tea, because my voice. If I don't know if you guys have noticed or not during this video, my voice just kind of came in and out. So that's that's sadly not yet. I mean, I'll buy Critters down the road because I got the Critters box set, like the original box set, and I do like Dee Wallace, so I'll definitely pick it up later for her. But thanks so much for coming in, guys. Thanks, Logan, who does like the really awesome Criterion song. If you have not checked that out, and videos, I have got to watching Halloween 2. I've actually been thinking about rewatching, like even though I said I'm not a huge fan, like rewatching the You're Batman, the Halloween, the theatrical editions of the Rob Zombie Halloweens, like 1 and 2. Even though I'm not a fan of those films, I haven't watched the theatrical ones since they came out. So I'm gonna give them another chance. I keep trying to give movies chances, even when I don't really like them. Is that very Canadian of me to do that? Like to just like say, "Oh, I hate you. You suck." Okay, one more time. Well, I'll give you one more chance. Thank you. I am Aaron. Get some sleep, Kathy, man. You are the movie club. You guys are awesome, and have a great evening there. And as I'm starting to mention before, around Wednesday, looks like I'm going to be going to Newfoundland to visit my family. I will be coming back, but I'll be bringing them back with me. So hopefully I'm going to get a couple videos done with my dad over the next couple weeks, and I'll be in and out. So we'll be we'll be figuring it out. And I will check out Dark Materials. I promise this time. I'm actually probably going to check it out right after this. So have a great evening, guys. I will see you soon right here in the movie club. You guys rock.